Hey everybody, a lot of you might know already that we did an article and a podcast on perimeter security for your house. And in that podcast and in the article, I talked about a cheap little perimeter security camera setup that you could use in conjunction with a couple of other things to make a pretty cool low cost setup. And this is the camera I was talking about, the Bunker Hill security camera. And what this is, it was about $60, I believe, somewhere in that price range on eBay, and it's the lower end as far as security goes. It doesn't have the DVR to record anything. What you can do is get in one of those old TVs with VCR tapes. That would probably be the lowest cost way to do it. You can record a few hours, but it's, to get the DVR, this is, like I said, this is a low cost setup, and it's not, depending on what you want to do, probably not going to be for your home security system. What I'm using this for is kind of a backup system in place of my regular alarm system. Someplace, a little system that I can kind of move around. It's really portable, and I can put it, towards the back or anything like that if I find places that I want covered, that I want to be able to see. You can get a DVR for it. Those are pretty expensive. This little $50 setup ends up going up into the $200 range when you get the the DVR, the digital, the security camera digital recorder, plus the hard drive that goes in it. All that stuff can add up. But if you want a real low cost way, this is $50, and you can get one of those old TVs with the VCR in them and grab some VCR tapes. But this sucker is pretty cool. It's got this small little screen. I believe this is 8 inches. It's got these two cameras right here, and these are pretty cool because they're made out of pretty good quality metal. They have illuminated infrared, which means at night, as long as there's light, you can see shadows. And I've got a video that I'll play here that shows what these look like at night. But I mean, the quality is pretty good, and you can switch this right here from automatic to where it sticks on one camera, or you can have it switch back and forth to the two different cameras, or you can hit the manual and switch it yourself. Like I said, if you get the DVR, you can record all of this stuff. But this is a pretty cool setup for $50. It's really easy to put together. Basically, on the back here, you've got where the two cameras plug in, and all you really have to do is plug these three cables together, and it's yellow, 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 white, white, white. Yellow, yellow, white, white, black, black. The black is the power. And then on the other end, you've got where your camera hooks into them. Really easy, just those connections, plug it into the camera. These, I believe, are about 100 feet long, and don't quote me on that. I'm not quite sure. I couldn't find it in here, but I believe they're about 100 feet long. So, again, if you wanted to hang these on the outside and have this inside, you would have to put a hole in your wall, maybe use where the cable comes in, use that where that existing hole is, if you can get it through there. It's kind of tough with these because these have to go through that hole. It's not just a small wire, so it's a little tougher. You would have to cut a hole that's at least big enough to fit one of these at a time through, and then get that through. So that's why, for me, it's going to be something that I can set up. Say there's a blind spot in the backyard that I just discovered, the grid's down or something, well, not the grid's down, but it's an SHTF situation, and I want to be able to watch that spot. This is something that allows me to set something up super simple. It's got a couple of just the little screws, and then I can move those around however I want. But pretty cool little setup for $50. If you have no home security cameras at all, this is pretty cool. Maybe get a DVR, save up, piece it out. You can actually, once you do that, you can take these cameras and add those to that. You can get a 4-camera setup. Some of the cameras themselves, some of the bigger ones, have a little bit better night vision, but like I said, for $50, this is about as low cost and quality as you can get. I'm sure you can go lower cost, but this is pretty good quality for the price. So, and Bunker Hill is a pretty good company. But that's it. I appreciate everyone. If you can, subscribe to the video channel below, and then we'll talk to y'all later.